The year is 2024. Political landscapes are shifting and alliances are being forged in unexpected corners. One of the most surprising developments of this era was the partnership between two titans of industry and politics, Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Trump, the bold and often controversial former president, known for his no-holds-barred approach to politics, and Musk, the visionary tech billionaire, the mind behind Tesla and SpaceX, joined forces during the presidential election, a move that sent shockwaves through both the political and business worlds. Their collaboration was a spectacle, a blend of political ambition and technological innovation. Musk became a vocal supporter, lending his considerable influence and resources to Trump's campaign. He publicly endorsed Trump, praising his business acumen and his commitment to American innovation. He actively participated in rallies, energizing the crowds with his presence, and donating a reported $275 million to Trump's campaign, a substantial investment that underscored his commitment to the alliance. After Trump's victory, the relationship between the two men deepened. Musk was a frequent White House guest, advising on matters of technology and infrastructure, wielding real influence on policy decisions. He became a key figure in shaping the administration's approach to innovation and economic growth. For Trump, Musk brought tech world credibility, a valuable asset in appealing to younger, innovation-minded voters who might otherwise have been skeptical of his policies. Musk's endorsement helped bridge the gap between traditional politics and the rapidly evolving tech landscape. For Musk, proximity to the president offered a unique opportunity to shape policy and advance his business interests. It meant potential advantages for his companies, access to government contracts, and a platform to advocate for policies that would benefit his ventures. This was especially true for SpaceX, with its reliance on government contracts for space exploration, and Tesla, which stood to benefit from policies promoting electric vehicles. Their partnership seemed mutually beneficial, a strategic alliance that promised to reshape the landscape of American politics and business. It was a bold experiment, where politics and business intertwined at the highest level, blurring the lines between public service and private gain. But doubts lingered from the start, casting a shadow over the seemingly perfect alliance. Both men are used to being in charge, accustomed to calling the shots and dominating their respective domains, and their strong personalities hinted at future conflict. The potential for clashes of ego and conflicting agendas was ever present. Trump's tough stance on China, while popular with some segments of the electorate, threatened Tesla's business interests, creating a potential point of friction between the two men. Furthermore, Musk had previously backed other politicians, demonstrating a willingness to support candidates from across the political spectrum, a fact that raised questions about his long-term loyalty to Trump. The alliance, while powerful and impactful, was always fragile, built on a foundation of mutual benefit and shared goals that could easily be undermined by shifting priorities and conflicting interests. Underneath the public unity, tensions simmered, fueled by differing ideologies and competing ambitions. Could two dominant figures, each accustomed to being the center of attention, really share the spotlight for long, or was their partnership destined to implode under the weight of their own egos? The stage was set for a partnership that promised much, a new era of innovation and economic growth, guided by the combined vision of a political powerhouse and a technological visionary, but was always at risk of unraveling, threatened by the inherent instability of an alliance built on ambition and self-interest. The seeds of discord were there from the beginning, subtle warning signs that hinted at the potential for conflict and the fragility of their bond. By late May 2025, the simmering tensions that had been building beneath the surface finally erupted. The political landscape was already volatile, and this new conflict added fuel to the fire. Cracks in the Trump-Musk alliance, once considered an impenetrable force in American politics and business, burst into the open, creating a media frenzy and sending shockwaves through both the political and tech worlds. The carefully constructed facade of unity crumbled, revealing a deep-seated animosity. Their feud played out on X, the digital town square, Musk's own social media platform, turning it into a real-time battleground for their increasingly bitter exchanges. Every tweet, every post became a weapon in their escalating war of words, for millions to see, dissect, and amplify. The public became both audience and jury in this high-stakes drama. Trump, from the White House, wielding the power of the presidency, threatened to cut off government contracts, a move that could cripple Musk's vast business empire. The stakes were incredibly high, and both men knew it. Vital to Musk's companies, including SpaceX and Tesla, jeopardizing countless jobs and potentially disrupting the nation's technological progress. Musk fired back, refusing to back down and escalating the conflict further. Claiming Trump wouldn't have won, or even come close to winning, the 2024 election without his support, suggesting that his influence had been the deciding factor. "Without me, Trump would have lost the election," he stated bluntly, Musk posted, accusing Trump of ingratitude and a lack of understanding of the complex forces at play during the election. The public spat quickly escalated, fueled by media coverage and social media commentary, shifting from policy disagreements, which were already significant, to personal attacks, filled with insults and accusations that revealed a deep-seated personal animosity. Their once strong partnership, built on mutual benefit and a shared vision of the future, devolved into daily drama, a constant stream of headlines and breaking news alerts, with each man trying to control the narrative, spinning the story to their advantage and shaping public opinion. Early warning signs had been there, subtle hints of discord and conflicting agendas, but now the split was undeniable, a gaping chasm that could not be bridged. The alliance that once seemed unbreakable, a symbol of American innovation and political power, was now a spectacle of rivalry, a public display of animosity that captivated the world. The world watched as two of America's most powerful figures, titans of industry and politics, turned on each other, engaging in a bitter and very public feud. The fallout was immediate, with consequences rippling through various sectors, with supporters of both Trump, energized by the conflict, and Musk, equally passionate, taking sides and adding to the already intense atmosphere. The feud was no longer just about politics or business, about policy differences or corporate strategies. It was personal, a clash of egos and a battle for dominance. The Trump-Musk partnership, once a symbol of innovation and collaboration, was in freefall, plummeting towards what seemed like an inevitable and catastrophic end. Trump didn't hold back. He unleashed a tirade, a verbal assault aimed directly at Elon Musk. He threatened to end Musk's lucrative government contracts that were the lifeblood of SpaceX and crucial to Tesla's ongoing projects. These weren't just idle threats, they were a clear indication of the power the former president was willing to wield. "The easiest way to save billions is to terminate Elon's subsidies and contracts," Trump posted on his social media platform. The message was blunt, unfiltered, and designed to inflict maximum impact. It was a public declaration of war, broadcast for all to see. For SpaceX, which relies heavily on NASA and military contracts for its very existence, this was a direct hit, a calculated strike aimed at the heart of Musk's empire. The potential consequences were enormous. The threat was widely seen as retaliation, a punitive measure, for Musk's increasingly public criticism of a major government spending bill, a bill that Trump and his allies vehemently opposed. Trump's message was crystal clear: oppose me, dare to challenge my views, and your business will pay the price. There would be repercussions, and they would be severe. The timing of the attack was strategic, carefully planned, as Musk had just slammed the administration's budget plans, calling them fiscally irresponsible and unsustainable. The business world took immediate note, recognizing the implications of this very public feud. Trump was demonstrating that he was willing to use presidential power, the full force of the executive branch, against even his former allies, those who had once supported him and his agenda. The stakes for Musk's companies had never been higher, with billions of dollars and the future of his ventures hanging in the balance. The message to other business leaders was crystal clear: loyalty matters above all else. Musk hit back hard, using X to remind Trump and the public of his role in the 2024 election. He claimed Trump owed his victory and even the Republican majority in Congress to Musk's support. "Such ingratitude," Musk wrote, positioning himself as a kingmaker. He highlighted his $275 million donation and his high-profile campaigning. Musk's message: he wasn't just a supporter, but a crucial architect of Trump's win. The feud became a battle for credit and influence. Musk's public defiance rallied his own followers and put Trump on notice. The conflict was now about power, pride, and who really held sway in Washington. The possibility of reconciliation faded as both men dug in. The spectacle only grew. The feud intensified over a massive government spending bill. Musk derided it as the big ugly bill, demanding a leaner alternative. Trump accused Musk of only objecting after electric vehicle incentives were removed, implying self-interest. Musk countered, saying he never saw the bill and that it was rushed through Congress. The dispute exposed deep mistrust and competing narratives. House Speaker Mike Johnson sided with Trump, dismissing Musk's objections. The bill's passage became a symbol of the power struggle between the two men. The July 4th deadline loomed, raising the stakes. The spending fight was about more than policy. It was about control. The Trump-Musk rift was now a central drama in Washington. After Trump's 2024 win, Musk was tapped to co-lead the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. The mission cut $2 trillion in federal spending and slashed bureaucracy. Musk's disruptive reputation made him a bold choice for the role, but the task was monumental, and resistance was fierce. As the feud grew, Trump claimed he'd removed Musk from DOGE, suggesting Musk went crazy after being ousted. The breakup revealed how quickly trust and influence could evaporate in Washington. Musk's initial enthusiasm for government reform clashed with political realities. The DOGE experiment became another casualty of their rivalry. What began as synergy ended in acrimony. The partnership's collapse was now complete. Personal controversies added fuel to the fire. Reports surfaced of Musk's increased drug use and erratic behavior during the campaign and into 2025. Allegations included public outbursts, bizarre gestures, and legal disputes involving his personal life. Critics questioned whether Musk's judgment was affected, especially given his White House access. These stories complicated his public image and may have strained his relationship with Trump. The pressures of business, politics, and personal turmoil collided. The drama was no longer just political, it was deeply personal. The Trump-Musk feud sent shockwaves through politics and business. For SpaceX, Trump's threats created real uncertainty about future government contracts. Investors and the space industry watched nervously. Musk's influence on policy, especially tech and EVs, was suddenly in question. The spat also shaped political discourse, with both men using social media to sway public opinion. The message alliances in Washington are fragile, and power can shift overnight. The fallout could reshape the tech industry and the Republican Party. The consequences were just beginning to unfold. As of June 2025, the Trump-Musk feud shows no sign of ending. SpaceX's future with NASA and the government is uncertain. Musk's defiance threatening to pull back from government partnerships raises the stakes. The rift could impact America's leadership in space and tech. Politically, Musk's break with Trump may embolden other business leaders to challenge the president. The once promising alliance is now a cautionary tale about power and loyalty and ambition. The July 4th spending bill deadline could be a turning point. America watches as two giants battle for the future.